Hey guys, welcome back. For this video, I'll be reviewing and swatching the Morphe x James Charles palette. This palette will be available on November 13th online and at Morphe stores. Online, it will launch at 8 AM Pacific Standard Time, and I'm not sure if the Morphe stores will also open at that time or if they will open at their regular times. So this palette has the same layout as the 39A palette. It's a cardboard palette with a magnetic closure, and it does not include a mirror, which I honestly don't mind that it doesn't. I personally don't need a mirror in every palette I purchase. Also, the eyeshadows do have names and they are printed on the plastic film that protects the eyeshadows. This palette will retail for $39, which breaks down the price to $1 per shadow. And as you can see, this palette has lots of color, and that's something James mentioned, that he wanted this palette to have everything you need to create any look. When I did my swatches for the top row, the two shimmers, Ring Light and So Good, I had to pass the first layer so they would be more creamier and more pigmented. For the second row, same thing with the shade Literally. Once I passed the first layer, it swatched more pigmented and became creamier. The matte shade Benny is a very dry matte, and the same thing is swatched patchy and very grainy, but once I passed the first layer, it swatched more smoothly and pigmented. In the fourth row, the shade Brother and Love That were also patchy when I first swatched them, and once I passed the first layer, they became more pigmented and smoother. Love That is also a dry matte. Lastly, for the fifth row, the shade Escape was a dry matte, and I also had to pass the first layer for it to swatch evenly and smoothly. For the rest of the shades in the palette that I did not mention, swatched pigmented and evenly, and I did not have any issues with them. James also mentioned that he recommended using a MAC paint pot or an eyeshadow primer for this palette. When I tested the eyeshadows, I tried them with and without a primer. Without a primer, they blended smoothly, and some mattes did need more buildup than others. The primer I used was Too Faced Shadow Insurance, and I noticed that the eyeshadows blended smoothly. I didn't have any issues with that primer. When grabbing the product with the brush, I noticed some kick up, and I also noticed very little fallout, if any. So overall, I do recommend this palette. Whatever issues I had with the shadows seem to fix themselves once I passed the first layer. And for the colorful shades, I know that some may need more buildup than neutral shades would, and that honestly doesn't surprise me at all. So I hope this video was helpful. Let me know your thoughts. Are you planning on getting it? And also just letting you know that this palette will also be available at Ulta on November 15th online and in store on November 16th. Please don't forget to give me a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon on my next video. Thank you so much for watching.